Okay, now we have the big dogs. Got our URs, and I feel so blessed. Despite the fact that I don't believe in higher power, really. But I do feel blessed by probability, I guess. That I have as many real URs as I do. I can't remember exactly how many 10+1 pulls and solo YOLOs that I've done since starting in I believe it was last October that I really started playing in earnest. So it's been almost a year at this point. And even so, 4 URs in a year is pretty good, I'd say, for how rare they are. And considering that I'm not like a whale or anything. Anyway, but yes. You saw this lovely Rin UR pulled in the most recent scouting video. You saw me absolutely freak over her, and for good reason, because she has definitely been a wonderful addition to the cool team. I did have her as the leader of the cool team briefly, just to change things up, but unfortunately her leader skill, her cool Empress skill, is still not quite as good as my Nozomi URs. So she's not the leader anymore, but she's definitely still got a solid welcome place on the team. Oh, so good. So good, so good, so good. Oh, lovely background, lovely flowers. There we go. Speaking of that Nozomi UR, this is my first UR that I drew. This was, of course, back in December. Can you tell? It's your special Santa, Nozomi Tojo. This is particularly exciting because I believe I had just finished an event that month, and I was feeling like I deserved a pull at that point. So I think did I purchase gems? I might have. That was during the time when I was paying for more gems, which I don't really do anymore. But I felt I deserved a 10+1, so I did a 10+1, like, as soon as the game came back from maintenance, and basically like 10 minutes after the game came back from maintenance after the event, I drew this Nozomi, so I probably was one of the first people to get this card on the English server, and I was so happy. So unbelievably happy. It's like the only time I've ever pulled a UR around the time it was released. Unfortunately, she is a stamina recovering card, so she doesn't have the best skill, but she does have Cool Angel as the leader skill, which, given the stats of my Cool team, actually works out for a better bonus. My Cool team has pretty good pure stats, and Cool Angel increases your team's cool stat by about 12% of your pure stat, as opposed to like 9% of your cool stat that regular cool URs do. That's what Rin's ability does. Ugh, voice is getting a little into that low range that I don't like, sorry. Anyways, yes, the long and short of it, she has a really good leader skill, and she will be the leader of my cool team for a long time to come, I think. Which I am not going to complain about at all. I'm pretty sure that she ends up on my main menu screens the most often out of any of my cards, because, well, look at her. She's so gorgeous! You rarely ever see Nozomi's hair completely down, and it looks fabulous when it is. There's a lovely flow to the art in this card. The way it goes from like the little bit of like the streamlined earmuffs and hair at the top to like the sort of hair flowing down over the flow of the shoulders to the back, and then the cloak going along sort of with the flow, and the scarf also following that streamline as well, with the gloved hand sort of up to add a little bit of visual flair in there as well. The patterning on the cloak itself is very, very nicely drawn, with the like detailed line work and everything, and the buttons, and the detail on the shopping bags even is really nice. It makes her look like she's shopping at some nice fancy places. Hang on, let me go back to the regular card screen. And of course the background of the card is gorgeous as well, with the like glowing lights in the background and the warm light from the shopping center behind her and the presents in the front. And the garter stockings underneath at the bottom there are a little strange for winter time. Nozomi, are you not a little cold on the bottom there? But, well, anyways. Speaking of cold, you also see the, like, breath, which is also visible on the screen here, which I think is a really nice touch. I can't say enough nice things about this card. It's... Whenever I have to have a UR as my leader for, like, an event or something, because I do like to make sure I have my URs available when people want to use me as a guest in their shows on my friends list. When I have to have a UR out, I think this is definitely the one I like to use the most often, and for good reason. She's wonderful. Speaking of wonderful URs, all my URs are wonderful, but love this UR especially. She was pulled in my first scouting video. Again, you saw me freak out about her excessively. But man, URs, man, you can tell how much work goes into them. And kudos to the people who draw them and color them and put all the effects and whatnot in. Because it really, really pays off, and it really makes them feel that much more special when you get them. With all the extra detail in the shading and the unique backgrounds and little touches like the breath again is there. The sense of movement with the hair flow and the like beads of her like hair ornament there. And the way the sleeves are moving as if she's turning. It's lovely, lovely work. And I can't say enough good things about this card either. So, yeah. Again, a really nice addition to the team. She has a cool princess leader skill, which is a decent enough skill for leading the cool team as well. Sometimes if I really want to switch up who's leading the team, I'll put Honoka in the lead as well, because she's not that much... Because the bonus she grants is not that much smaller. So I'm happy to have her as the leader sometimes. Yeah. And that's, of course, the third... I have, like, 3 cool URs. It's super ridiculous. And I really hope I get a Smile UR one of these days to balance out the rest of my teams. Because the only other UR I have, real UR anyway, is Yearly Greetings Umi Sonoda, which I'm definitely not going to complain about having because, good God, also gorgeous. Everything I said about that Honoka UR also applies to her. Oh, the patterning, oh, the lighting, why are these cards so good? And yes, she's absolutely the irremovable leader of my pure team. There's no one else who could possibly do it. Her ability is crazy good, her stats are crazy good. Of course, why would you not want a card this pretty as a leader there? The only thing I don't like about this card is her head and shoulders don't seem to match up. Like, her head feels like it's turned a little bit too far back. It looks slightly awkward. So, there's that. But overall, everything else is wonderful. And of course, I couldn't show the 2 of these URs without going into the album and showing you the paired cards. I never in my life, playing this game, which is only really a year, so I never in the last year expected that I would get lucky enough to get paired URs, but somehow I pulled it off, and they weren't even, I didn't even get them during periods where they had a heightened appearance rate either. I think I got Honoka 1 period after she was released, and I also got Umi 1 period after she was released. So they also pair interestingly in that way. I just cannot believe my luck, and I really, really, really hope that all of you guys out there have as much luck and more in your pulls going forward, because everyone deserves to have cards like this. And it's a shame that the game is designed the way it is, that you can't get as many of these cards as you want. It is a devious freemium model. It's a serious problem I have with this game. It would be absolutely the perfect, wonderful game if it didn't have the, like, freemium economy bullshit. And this is why I have a hard time recommending the game to other people, even though it's basically my life and I enjoy it so much. Because I legitimately do have a serious problem with this free-to-play model. It's insidious. I've talked about it in the 10+1 reasons not to solo YOLO video, that this scouting screen is designed like a casino, and it's designed to pull as much money out of your wallet as possible. Even if you are free to play, those elements are still there needling at you every single day and stopping you from saving your gems as efficiently as you could. I absolutely cannot wait until next year when the English server gets all the upgrades that the JP server just recently got, including the seal shop, which will make it easier to get the URs that you want. Because then it will really level the playing field a lot more for a lot of people, I feel like. That was my rant about that. Okay. That was the last of the real URs, so I guess we'll finish off on the promo URs, which are still valued members of my teams. They, of course, have the same amount of bond points that a real UR would have, which means they get a crazy bonus that makes them still quite useful to have on a team. You just don't want to use them as your team leader, because cool power is not exactly a powerhouse skill. But it's definitely still worth it to have these, like, super pretty designs. Like, the designs for the promo URs are still really good, pretty much still on the level of a real UR as well. Like, the lighting effects are still there, the bloom and the background and the water splash and the really nice, like, transparency effects and the water there. You see, like, the water rippling down by her legs. It looks it looks really kind of pretty down there. That sounded really bad, I'm sorry. The outfit, the bathing suit is quite nice without appearing, like, exploitatively, like, skimpy. And especially, like, the flower in her hair is a really nice touch. The perspective and the angling of the shot is nice and dynamic, and it gives the image a lot of life. Yeah. And of course, this card came out relatively recently during the summertime. And I was very glad to get it because, again, before, I had very few Ellie cards. And I really, really like Ellie. So I really wanted more cards of her. And this card certainly fills the bill very well. And to go with Ellie, we have a little Nozo Ellie action. Oh. We have our Try Your Luck Nozomi Tojo. The first worldwide release of a promo UR, released at the same time that she was released in Japanese. Again, gorgeous background work, really, really nice lighting on, like, the hair especially. The outfit is a little bit, not to my tastes, really. Like, when I was anticipating what they would do for a Las Vegas Nozomi card, I think I was expecting something a little bit more classier isn't the word, I guess, but something a little showier, I guess. Like, Las Vegas is the city of so much light and glitz and pure showmanship that you would think that Nozomi would reflect that by having more than just, like, a cheap top that doesn't really even fit and, like, the sleaziest stockings. Yeah, anyways, not the best promo UR out there, but still definitely worth it stats-wise. And I have been able to skill her up to Perfect Charm level 4, so that's good too. Of course, I didn't say before, but she's also a level 4 total charm. So they have matching skills too. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, that's about all I have to say about her. Oh my god, we're on the last card! And what a beautiful, beautiful card to finish off with. Again, a promo UR, so again, not a real UR, but still with the bond points and the timer charm level 6, so worth it. And the design, absolutely worth it. This is a really, really busy design, but somehow it really works with the way the colors go together and all the fluff and all the bird stuff going on. It's no wonder that people who have started playing the game after the Christmas season are disappointed that they can't get this card anymore. Because, well, look at her. Look, there's so much like nice color filtering going on with the lighting there, and the sparkles everywhere, and just those little like floofy chub birds that everybody loves. The ribbons and the glitz. Like, this has got all the glitz that Nozomi UR doesn't have. The Winter Wonderland, just absolute feeling of it. That's all I've got left in me at this point is just sounds. Because I love all of my cards so much, and I have so many good things to say about most of them. And thank you for letting me prattle on for like an hour about all of them. I'm so surprised that you care at all about that. Obviously, if I get new cards in the future, I probably won't be able to do another video like this to cover them all in detail. So I will try to say as much as I can about them when I scout them in my videos to make up for that. But yeah, this is the bulk of my team going forward, and I'm glad that I could share with you all what it means to me, basically. Thank you for listening. Thank you, and I will see you next week, hopefully. Yeah, next week the score match should have started. So hopefully next week's video will be the score match video. No, you know what? I'm gonna promise, if I don't get the score match video out on Saturday, I will at the very least get it out on the Sunday or Monday afterward, depending on how long it takes to make. So you can expect it sort of in that Saturday to Monday range. Alrighty, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.